Hi, welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'm John Ahr and I'm your instructor. Today I'm going to teach you about bossing. I know that's a strange word, but it's a great thing. Now, in a previous video, I showed you how to take discs and turn them into dome shapes like these using a dapping block. And these are great. With the doming of these discs, you have a little more interest to the item that you're making, and you could combine them to make beads. Now, what if you have a bigger piece? What do you do with that? There's no tool that's going to fit into, but we want to create something that has a lot more dimension and interest to it. Well, bossing is the answer. And this is a great piece because it can turn into a statement piece really easily. All you need is just a few tools to make it happen. First of all, you're going to need the piece of work that you want to give a shape to. Make sure that it's well annealed. And you're going to need a surface to strike it on. And what you're going to need is a sandbag. This is a leather sandbag that's got a heavy-duty stitching around the outside edge, and it's glued so that you don't get any dust or grit coming out of it. You can use a cheaper sandbag, maybe one from a local hardware store, but be sure to encase it in something so that you don't get a lot of dust in the atmosphere. Next, you're going to have to pick a hammer. Now, I've got 3 different hammers here. I have a Delrin pear-shaped forming hammer or bossing hammer. I've got an embossing or sinking hammer that has 2 rounded ends, and I have a regular Ball-Peen hammer. Now, you just want to pick whatever curvature, small to large, that will work for you to give you the kind of curvature that you want on your piece. Now, whenever you're working in the shop, always remember safety first. Wear your eye protection. You never know, something could jump up in your eyes. Okay, so let me show you how it's done. It's super duper easy. Now, the first thing that you want to do is you want to strike the piece somewhere in the center. And I want sort of a large curve here, so I'm going to pick my largest hammer and I'm going to strike across the center. And you can already see that this gives me a lot of dimension, but I want it to be a little bit smoother. So I'm going to carry this action out all the way around to the edge, and then maybe I might switch to a smaller hammer just to tighten the edge around and make it come up a little higher. Okay, so you noticed I had kind of a little bit of a rhythm while I was striking, and you can see that the shape is deformed and given a lot more dimension just by striking it with the largest hammer. Now, because it's well annealed, I can still kind of shape it with my hands if I want to, and really kind of put it into a shape that's a little bit more interesting and nicer. Now, if I want to tighten up this area around the edge and get rid of some of these little ripples, I can switch to a smaller dimension of curvature. Now, I don't want to strike it too hard. I just want to give it a nice tap all the way around the edge. Like I said, you can still use your hands to shape things a little bit. Don't worry about flexing the metal. Push the metal around. Don't let it push you around. Alright, so I've got an interesting shape. Now I just want to perfect it a little bit. It could be a little bit higher here, and I could come down a little bit here. So I'll give it a strike here to push it up a little bit. You notice that I kind of lift the piece up as I go along. Let me correct some of these little buckles. it ever starts to ripple like that, just hit directly on that ripple and it'll take it right out. There. Now that's far more interesting than the flat piece that I started with. It's really easy to do. Now, of course, you could drill it and attach jump rings to turn it into a necklace by adding a chain with a clasp, or you might even make this into a belt buckle or something. Have fun with bossing. Watch our other videos and check out our products on the onlinejewelryacademy.com. Thanks for watching.